All right, so I should consider getting experience. Now, when I say experience, I mean specifically in dating. However, I'm not gonna pretend like the other thing in experience I also should be talking about, and I mean sex. Okay. When I mean experience, like I said, I mean specifically for dating. The problem with me waiting on getting all my wealth and all that other stuff is that it kind of does, you know, it goes down to this. I'm not getting any younger. Every single day I feel my body dying. I feel constantly tired from work and stuff like that. I'm constantly stressed out and stuff like that. And then, you know, holidays happen and stuff like that, especially Valentine's Day that's about to happen. I'm constantly going, all these years being touched without being touched, starvation, something like that, being starved by touch, you know, experiencing touch starvation, however way you say it. I'm out there in that world seeing all these beautiful women, and I'm unfortunately not doing any of that. And then, like I said, I do a bunch of research on dating, especially the whole MGTOW, red pill, and you know, female nature and all that stuff. I do all that research, and women can smell. They can just sense for whatever reason if a man has no experience in dating and achieving women. Me, I never really achieved women. There's only like a few fingers of women that actually thought I was attractive, okay? When I say a few fingers, we know the saying a handful of things. I'm saying a few fingers. That's how little women, I think, possibly like me or whatever. I don't know. I know I did a video on that before about the most female attention I ever had or whatever. But like I said, I never really know, because women, they don't shoot their shots. Only one female in high school, specifically in my first semester of my sophomore year, okay? She was the only one who directly told me she was somewhat interested in me. She was, I'm not gonna even say the things she said. You know what, fuck it. She said, I find it cute you're making, you're naming basically your characters after me or whatever. I don't like, you know, mention anything about her because I get fucked up in the head every single time I think or talk about her or whatever. The thing is with her, it's not that I actually liked her or not. I mean, I did like her. The thing is, I wanted to like her. But one thing, my friend, and I really appreciate him, was, spoiler, he's the one who gave me my first ever phone. Thank you very much. First semester, sophomore year. Anyways, he made it clear to me and her, because I told him my backstory from late 2015 and under. I told him my life story and everything, how I grew up and everything. And then he said he knew more of her, the female who had an interest in me. And I believe him, of course. And one thing he told me is, your lives are completely different than each other's. You and her life are completely different. And obviously, I'm so glad he kept saying that. I mean, I understand it directly, but I somewhat still ignored it and wanted to give it a chance anyway. But I really appreciate him telling me that. Really do. Man, hopefully I can cast him inside novel one day. That would be really cool. Anyways, because he's seen it, by the way. Anyways, back in 2018, I think was when, I think only the first episode was released. It was a few months after the first episode. Anyways, I'm gonna have to check my things. Anyways, he told me our lives are different, and that obviously got me thinking that, man, he's actually right. In her life, she was She grew up with all these certain expenses and life experiences and stuff like that, with boyfriends and being a cheerleader, a top cheerleader for that matter, and everything. And then look at me, who grew up in a very religious, strict Christian household that bullied the fuck out of me. That's a nerd and everything. What else? What else? Well, the cheerleader girl, she did like the fact I was a nerd. She did like the fact I was a nerd. I guess. I don't know. I don't know what in the world she saw in me. I know I was black and all that, so I think that whole white woman, black man fetish thing. I'm not gonna say she was fetishizing me, God forbid. But, you know, basically she was a white lady, a little white girl at the time, liking on a black boy, okay? And her other boyfriends were black anyway. I guess maybe she just had a thing for black guys. Anyways, and for the record, no, she wasn't the one who enabled my my interracial preference. She just highly contributed to it. Anyways, yeah, she was, you know, raised up in all her luxuries and stuff like that, versus me. I'm raised in pretty much almost poverty, if I'm just being honest. Lower middle class. Like, I knew everything was going downhill financially ever since my grandfather died in late. Was it late? If my biological mother see this is the only time I can be specific. My biological mother see this video. If she see this video, I would highly doubt, but if she do, I'm sorry. But if my grandfather, he died in, I believe, September 2009. It's not that I don't care. I love my grandfather very much. Love you very much. Can't wait to see you and ride trains with you and teach, yeah, all the trains. Anyway, so yeah. Then I got sidetracked. Okay, yeah. Like I was saying, I knew everything was going downhill, financially speaking, once my grandfather died. But, like, I'm not going to blame his death. I'm not going to blame that at all. I'm not blaming my grandfather at all. Not at all. I just noticed a pattern in my family that things started to go downhill in my childhood family after my grandfather died. We started going on less vacations, lesser food in the house, lesser family takeouts, lesser family takeouts, and all the other stuff. I realized the adults in the house was staying home more often than usual. What else? Yeah, it was just a lot of that. Yeah. We still ate, don't get me wrong, but yeah, there's that part. I'm raised in a black church or whatever, you know, crazy, you know. I'm not gonna say crazy, God forbid, sorry. Churches, you know, black churches or whatever, or charismatic churches, but I grew up Pentecostal church and everything, with all these weird traditions of religion stuff that my childhood parents instilled in me, and all this respect the adults in the house stuff, sir and ma'am junk in the house, all that stuff, okay? Versus her, the cheerleader girl, the white cheerleader girl, the blonde cheerleader, I'm gonna call it that, because she was a blonde cheerleader. Anyways, she liking me and stuff like that, and I did not seek her. I did not seek her specific. I would, in a sense, I wish I did, honestly. Not because of how I feel about her now, okay? Which, spoiler, how I feel about her now is I'm very happy for her and her family. That's it. I'm very happy for her. Very happy for her. I hope that dude treat her right. He better. Anyways, yeah. I wish I did somewhat seek her. I wish I experienced dating her, and dating all the females I somewhat liked, because I would have at least had some form of idea of how to, dating women and stuff like that. Especially her being a top cheerleader. Especially her. Yeah, especially her. Dang, and she chose me. Dang, I missed out. Anyways, but like I said, I had to really observe her. I had to really observe her to make sure that she wasn't them kind of females. And I have to say, unfortunately, she kind of was. I'm not saying she was a whore. God forbid that. I'm not calling her that. I mean, I don't know her past. I'm not going to get much into that. But anyways, what else? So yeah, I had to observe her. And her lifestyle. and stuff like that, you know. Clearly, I saw things was not working out. So, I chose not to date her. But I somewhat wish I did, because I would have learned some stuff. Fast forward to the next girl. I somewhat liked her as well, but I didn't even try to like her even more, because I just knew my life was going to shit. My finances was going even down. My parents, my child family's finances was going even further down, and all that stuff. This is in 2016, by the way. Like mid 2016, by the way. Or no, one of those years. Yeah. So I decided that day, and I decided when we first moved in that motel back in it's Motel 6. I don't give a fuck anymore. It was way back in late 2016, August 2016, one of them. We moved in that Motel 6. I decided, I already know what women, I already know. It's crazy how at a young age, I already knew exactly what I must provide. But anyways, I stopped trying to seek females to focus on myself, focus on my finances and stuff like that, focus on, you know, building myself up as a man. That's what I decided to do. So yeah, what else? I stopped dating. I stopped looking at females. Well, not looking at females. I stopped trying to seek females' attentions and stuff like that. I stopped trying to, you know, date and stuff like that. Especially after all that family pressure. All that peer pressure. The school pressure is pretty self-explanatory. But the family pressure, nah, fuck that. They the main people who should not be pressuring me into doing certain things, okay? They wasn't pressuring me to lose my virginity. Nuh-uh. Not at all. It was just their way of how I should be dating, okay? You should be doing this. You should be doing that. And it's mostly the females who would tell me you should do this, you should do that. But thankfully, oh my gosh, I am so glad I did not date because of that. Because, oh my gosh, I would have been some huge simp. I promise, I grew up a simp. I was very blue-pilled back in the day. But I am so glad that I did the research I did. Anyways, just, you know, fast forward all up to now. I've seen multiple pretty females. But my financial status has been technically the same. It's been the same since ever. It's been the same since ever. The only improvement is me actually working. That's literally it. Me working a job. That's the only improvement of my life I have done. Once I consider getting a car and my own place, then I'll consider doing that dating thing. I do wish I'd have experience dating, you know, like getting that whole, you know, lovey-dovey stuff out the way and stuff like that. You know, because if I'm just sitting there being honest, to an extent, I do not know what I want. I mean, I do know exactly what I want, but I don't know how to maintain what it is I want because I've never actually done it. I didn't even get a chance to do that with my unofficial ex. No. Because for a start, I wasn't really attracted to her. Secondly, I had too much family pressure and there was just a bunch of shit going on. What else? Yeah, I mean, and even in my adult life, you know, turning 18, you know, 20 and stuff like that, I kind of still do wish I did, you know, seek those females, but I was not going to sit there dating while I'm living in a homeless shelter. Nuh-uh. No way. I know exactly what I need to be doing. I know exactly. But I'm not going to take certain risks. What's the point? I know there might be a female that might lift me up, which may be cute one way or another. That's probably the only way a woman can romanticize me, but I don't know. Who am I kidding? Now, as far as now, Valentine's Day is showing up. I'm actually feeling lonely, unfortunately. I don't know what's going on with me, but I'm just young, I guess. Touch starved, love starved, heart starved, or whatever, and I'm not receiving any of that. I really would love a girlfriend right now. I'm not going to sit there and lie. But not just any girl, okay? I need to, you know, keep up with my standards and stuff like that. My standards is also keeping me single, honestly, if I'm just being honest. But I think I'd rather be single than settle for a woman I'm not interested in. But I'm young. That's the point. I'm running out of time. I'd rather at least date a couple girls, you know. I don't know. I don't want to date a couple girls. That's the point. I just want long-term dating. That's what it boils down to. That's all it boils down to. I just want long-term dating. yeah, that's pretty much it. As far as sex part, I know rather I choose to lose my virginity to a non-virgin woman or not. I just hope she doesn't have more than 10 bodies. More than 3, ideally, but whatever. Whatever happens, I just hope whoever this female is, she can completely understand. Not necessarily wanting to teach me things, just let me lead despite I don't know what the fuck I'm doing. And I'm not saying I should go out there, start sleeping around with a whole bunch of women, which, God forbid, I'm not. I don't plan on doing that. I hope. I know there is a dirty dog in me. And consider I'm getting older as a man, especially in my 20s. And I'm not seeking that. Hitting me strong. Temptation to be hitting me strong. I'm not in a way like, hey, what's up? And get her number and just, you know, just hit and quit. No, not that kind, but yeah. No. And don't even start with whole escorts. God forbid that. God forbid it. I sit there see escorts. I have a condition if I want to, okay? But me not being a virgin has to be one of them. But as far as I'm concerned, escorts is complete no. I just really hope I don't go as low to see escorts or whatever. I'm not doing that shit. Fuck that. Fuck that, okay? I don't think I should get no prior experience as far as sex. I don't give a fuck about that, honestly. I really don't. I'm more concerned about the dating part. Because I need to figure out who this woman is and who, if I'm going to choose her to be the mother of my children and become my wife. That's what I need to worry about. So yeah, in a sense, like I said, I think I should get some experience as far as dating and, you know, finding that right woman. Because how else am I going to find this woman? I can't just sit there and wait out there in my life. I can't sit there and do all that. Like I said, I have standards. If I at least can move out my parents' house, no matter what variant parents they are, then I'll consider doing it. It's been the same thing even my childhood parents. The same thing with my childhood parents. I didn't want my parents involved because the last time they were involved, there was a whole bunch of peer pressure and they was having all kinds of advice that just didn't make sense. So yeah, I should consider getting experience as far as dating. That's all there was. So put your comments. Put your comments. You know what you think about that. So yeah, that's that. Thanks for watching. Like, comment, subscribe.